Most people lose power before the real game even begins. They explain too fast, react too fast, reveal too much, and hand their mind to people who never earned access to it. Then they wonder why they are tested, ignored, and quietly controlled. Niccolo Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. The moment people can read you, they can predict you. And the moment they can predict you, they can start ruling you. That is the trap. The world is not just listening to your words. It is watching your timing, your emotional leaks, your need to be understood, and the exact moment pressure makes you fold. The weak call that honesty. Machiavelli would have called it exposure. That is why the calm person changes the room. Not because he is louder, because he is harder to move. While other people keep giving the world a map to their mind, you are about to learn how to become unreadable. And once you become unreadable, you become harder to pressure, harder to manipulate, and far harder to replace. That is what untouchable really means. Not cruel, not theatrical, not hiding from life. Untouchable means your inner world is no longer public property. In this video, you are going to learn 8 strategic silence habits inspired by Niccolo Machiavelli that help you protect leverage, control perception, and stop giving people easy access to your mind. Use them for boundaries, not games. Use them for self-command, not cheap manipulation. Most people speak to relieve pressure. Powerful people use silence to hold it. That is the difference. Before we begin, drop this in the comments. My silence protects my power. Strategic silence is not the silent treatment. It is disciplined restraint. It is knowing when silence protects leverage, better than words ever could. That is the frame. And now we begin. The first habit is simple. Stop explaining yourself to people who are really testing your access. Most people think explanations create respect. Usually, they create openings. Every extra sentence gives the other person something to challenge, reinterpret, or twist. Soon, the conversation is no longer about your boundary. It is about whether your tone, reasons, and emotions satisfy them. That is how you lose the frame. Niccolo Machiavelli understood that perception matters more than confession. The more you volunteer under pressure, the more people learn how to work you. When someone questions a decision you already made, notice the urge that rises in your body. The urge to justify, the urge to sound reasonable, the urge to make sure they do not misunderstand you. That urge is expensive. It usually comes from anxiety, not clarity. A clean boundary sounds different. It sounds like this. I'm not available for that. That does not work for me. I've made my decision. Then silence. No nervous paragraph. No courtroom defense. No emotional spill. Imagine your boss asks you to stay late again after already taking too much of your time. The old version of you starts listing exhaustion, family plans, and why this week is difficult. Now your boundary sounds negotiable. The stronger version says, I can't stay tonight. Then stops. If they push, they expose that they wanted compliance, not understanding. If they guilt trip, they expose pressure. If they keep digging, they expose entitlement. Your silence becomes a mirror. And this goes far beyond work. A friend questions why you did not answer fast enough. A relative wants to inspect a personal choice. Someone you are dating pushes for reassurance after crossing a line. You do not owe a public hearing every time someone feels uncomfortable with your standards. The less you defend what is already decided, the stronger your position becomes. Explanation is often begging in a smarter outfit. Do not wear it. Pace is one of the most invisible forms of authority. Most people surrender it instantly. A tense text arrives, and they answer inside the same emotion that created it. A loaded question lands, and they rush to fill the silence. A meeting gets awkward, and they start talking just to kill the tension. That is not confidence. That is discomfort management. Niccolo Machiavelli understood timing better than most modern people understand language. He knew that a move made too early can weaken even a good strategy. Your silence must teach your nervous system one thing. You do not move just because someone else created urgency. When pressure rises, slow down on purpose. This is where the analytical pause becomes powerful. A visible pause restores command to your mind and steals tempo from the other person. Now they have to sit with uncertainty. And uncertainty is heavier than most people can carry with grace. Imagine someone sends a confrontational message at night. They want instant access to your mind. They want you reacting in their weather. Do not give it to them. Wait. Breathe. Respond when your mind is back under your control. I saw your message. I'll respond tomorrow. That line does two things. It tells them you are not avoiding the issue. It also tells them they do not own your timing. In person, the same rule applies. You do not need to answer the second a question is asked. You can pause, hold eye contact, and think. That short silence changes the whole atmosphere. While they expect impulse, you create weight. While they rush to close tension, you use tension. While they keep performing emotional urgency, you remain deliberate. That is not coldness. That is structure. The person who controls pace controls interpretation. The person who controls interpretation controls far more than the conversation. Fast reactions leak control. Measured timing builds it. Pain is private. Exposure is optional. The world loves to preach openness. But not everyone asking for access deserves it. Many people do not want your truth. They want your weak spot. Once they know what hurts you, they know where to press. Once they see what shakes you, they know what to repeat. Niccolo Machiavelli understood human nature at its ugliest and most practical. He knew that visible weakness invites calculation. Strategic silence does not mean you feel nothing. It means you stop broadcasting what landed. You contain first. You process later. That is how you keep your dignity under pressure. Imagine you are around family, co-workers, or friends. Someone makes a cutting joke about your money, your past, your status, or your relationships. The old version of you laughs too quickly, snaps back, or starts defending the sore spot. Now the room knows exactly where the wound is. The stronger version does something else. You pause. Your face stays still. Maybe you sip your drink. Maybe you let the silence sit long enough for the disrespect to become visible. Then, if needed, you say one clean line. That was unnecessary. Or, don't do that again. Then, silence. No speech. No emotional spill. No need to prove that it hurt. Now the pressure shifts. The room sees who reached for cheap disrespect. They feel the stillness. They understand the line without needing your pain as evidence. Later, in private, you can decide what the moment means. You can journal it, speak to one trusted person, or reduce that person's access permanently. But in public, you do not bleed for spectators. Your wound is not their entertainment. Your reaction is not their reward. Containment is power. Silence reveals motives faster than argument does. Manipulative people depend on motion. They need the conversation moving fast, so you never stop and study what they are actually doing. They want quick reactions. They want immediate reassurance. They want emotional noise. Silence breaks that machine. When you stop filling the air, pressure appears. If their motives are clean, they stay steady. If their motives are dirty, silence starts pulling extra words out of them. They begin over-explaining. They repeat themselves. They add details nobody requested. They try to regain control, and end up exposing themselves instead. That is why silence can work like an interrogation without a single question. Niccolo Machiavelli understood that people reveal themselves when their control over appearance starts slipping. Silence makes that slip happen. Imagine a coworker says, "I only want what is best for the team." That sounds noble, but something feels off. Instead of rushing to defend your plan or reassure them, you hold still. You let the pause live. Now watch what happens. They start talking about credit, then visibility, then who gets to present the idea, then who will be seen by leadership. Now, the truth is visible. The concern was never the team. It was position. Or imagine someone in dating says, "I hate drama." Then they keep baiting reactions, mentioning old chaos and testing your tone. If you stay still instead of rescuing the moment, the contradiction surfaces faster. Silence does not create the truth. It creates the conditions where the truth cannot hide. Most people speak to manage perception. Few can keep managing it under pressure. That is where strategic silence gives you an edge. You stop listening to respond. You start listening to detect. And detection changes everything. While they keep performing, you keep collecting. While they keep trying to shape the room, you keep watching the seams split. People tell on themselves when you stop helping them look coherent. Your inner world needs borders. Modern culture keeps selling the same weak advice. Tell everyone your plans. Share your process. Narrate your growth. Keep people updated so they feel included. That sounds warm. It also makes you predictable. Niccolo Machiavelli knew that once people can predict your movement, they can prepare for it, interfere with it, or drain it. Not every plan improves with sunlight. Some plans get weaker from exposure. That is why strategic silence includes mystery. Not fake mystery. Not performance. Perimeter control. You stop announcing every move before it has weight. You stop handing unfinished plans to people who did not build them. Because early exposure attracts noise. People project fear. They ask for certainty you do not owe. They pour doubt onto ideas, still growing roots. Soon your energy shifts from building to defending. That is a terrible trade. Imagine you are building a side business, planning a move, preparing a career change, or quietly leaving a draining environment. The old version of you talks too early, because talking feels like progress. For a moment, it feels good. Then the opinions start. The warnings start. The envy starts. The pressure to prove it starts. Now your private strategy has become public material. The stronger version works differently. You build in quiet. You test in quiet. You refine in quiet. If someone asks what you are doing, you keep the answer simple. I'm working on a few things. I've got some plans in motion. True. Clean. Closed. Then you let results speak when they are ready. Mystery is not dishonesty. It is protection. Good strategy grows stronger in the dark. Cheap attention weakens it in the light. Guard your next move like territory. Constant access lowers perceived value. That is true in work, friendships, dating, and even family dynamics. When you are always available, always replying, always rescuing, and always showing up on command, people stop feeling the weight of your presence. You become expected. And what is expected is usually undervalued. Niccolo Machiavelli understood scarcity at the level of power. People rarely respect what they can access without effort. Strategic silence includes strategic absence. Not random disappearing. Not punishing good people. Not childish games. Strategic absence means you stop making your presence automatic for people who misuse it. That one shift changes the math. When you pull back, people feel the space you were filling. That contrast teaches lessons your speeches never could. Imagine a friend who only calls when they need help. You have trained them to expect your availability. So, you change the pattern. You answer later. You say no. You stop volunteering rescue. You stop solving problems they created through laziness. Now you get truth. Either they adjust and show more respect, or they disappear because convenience was the only bond. Both outcomes are useful. At work, the same principle applies. If you constantly save meetings, fix errors, and cover for others without recognition, your value becomes invisible. The moment you stop overextending, the system notices what your presence was carrying. Absence reveals weight. It also protects your peace. You discover who respects your boundaries without needing a dramatic explanation. You learn who values you and who only values access. That knowledge is expensive. Strategic silence helps you buy it. The weak fear stepping back because they are addicted to being needed. The strong step back when access is being abused. Scarcity changes behavior. Measured distance changes perception. Let absence teach what talking never could. Most people dilute their authority with too many words. They explain, soften, repeat, backtrack, and keep talking long after the point has already landed. That kills gravity. Niccolo Machiavelli understood the force of precision. A message gains power when it stops begging to be accepted. Strategic silence sharpens speech by reducing it. You speak less, but what you say lands harder because there is no excess around it. There is space around the line. There is stillness after the point. That stillness does part of the work for you. Imagine someone asks whether you are upset after crossing a line. The old version of you delivers an emotional documentary. Now the conversation becomes about your tone, your sensitivity, or whether you are overreacting. The stronger version says, "I noticed," or "We'll address it later." That is enough. Short language protects authority because it leaves fewer handles. The more words you use, the more doors you open. The fewer doors you open, the less room there is for manipulation. This matters in leadership too. A person who says, "Send me the numbers," often sounds stronger than the person who talks for 4 minutes before making the same request. A person who says, "We are not doing that," sounds cleaner than the person who apologizes for having standards. Short does not mean shallow. Short can mean settled. While they keep talking to feel safe, you learn to sound final. While they use words to chase approval, you use words to establish position. That is the difference between noise and weight. Fewer words, more gravity. That is how you start sounding expensive. This is the final habit. It ties all the others together. The moment people fully map your patterns, they start playing them. They know what flatters you. They know what scares you. They know what pulls you into guilt, defense, or pursuit. Now you are readable. And what is readable is controllable. Niccolo Machiavelli built his reputation studying exactly this. He understood that survival often depends on controlling what others can predict about you. Strategic silence breaks the pattern. You stop reacting the same way every time. You stop rewarding pressure with instant access. You stop making your face, timing, and emotional rhythm easy to decode. You become harder to read. That does not mean becoming fake. It means becoming self-possessed. Your emotions stop leaking in public. Your decisions stop needing applause. Your boundaries stop arriving with a speech. Now imagine someone in your life who is used to easy access. They bait. They withdraw. They come back warm when they want reassurance. They expect your reaction to follow the same script every time. Not anymore. Now your pace is steady. Your tone is measured. Your availability is conditional. Your reaction is chosen, not extracted. Suddenly, the buttons stop working. That changes everything. Manipulators prefer readable people. Users prefer available people. Attention seekers prefer reactive people. When you become measured, calm, and unreadable, low-level games stop paying off around you. You do not need to threaten anyone. Your structure handles it for you. That is what untouchable means. Not unreachable. Not emotionless. Not arrogant. Untouchable means people can no longer enter your mind whenever they feel like it. That is power with boundaries. That is silence with purpose. That is Niccolo Machiavelli's lesson, translated for modern life. Now you see the full architecture. Kill the reflex to explain. Control the pace. Never reveal the wound in real time. Let silence expose intent. Guard mystery like territory. Use absence to raise value. Say less, make it heavier. Become unreadable. 8 habits. 1 shift. You stop acting like your mind is available on demand. You stop rewarding pressure with instant access. You stop teaching people how to control you. And now here is your challenge. For the next 7 days, practice 1 daily rep in 1 real situation where you usually react too fast, explain too much, or let other people set your emotional tempo. Day 1. The next time you get a text that annoys you, do not reply right away. Wait at least 30 minutes. Then answer in 1 calm sentence instead of a paragraph. Day 2. In 1 conversation at work, at home, or over text, cut your words in half. Say only what is necessary. No over-explaining. No nervous filler. Day 3. When someone asks a personal question you do not want to answer fully, do not lie and do not overshare. Give a short, closed response. Something like, "I'm handling it," or "I've got it covered." Day 4. If someone interrupts you, tests you, or makes a disrespectful joke, do not rush to laugh it off or defend yourself. Pause. Look at them. If needed, use 1 calm line. Then stop talking. Day 5. Keep 1 plan private for the entire day. Do not announce it. Do not post about it. Do not explain it. Just work on it quietly. Day 6. Do not make yourself instantly available to everyone. Let 1 non-urgent text, call, or request wait. Answer when you choose, not when pressure appears. Day 7. Notice 1 moment where you usually leak emotion through your face, your tone, or your speed. This time, slow everything down. Keep your expression steady. Let your response be chosen, not extracted. That is the rep. 1 pause. 1 boundary. 1 measured response. Every day for 7 days. You are not practicing silence to seem cold. You are practicing it so your mind stops being public property. Protection, not destruction. Boundaries, not games. If this hit something real in you, like the video, share it with someone who needs stronger boundaries. Subscribe and turn on the bell if you want more videos like this. And drop this in the comments to seal it. I move in silence and I stay untouchable.